Hey everyone, it's time to talk about our budget for our NCL Aqua cruise. I'm going on NCL Aqua on August 22nd of 2025, and I am sailing solo on this. So we're going to talk about a budget for one person on NCL Aqua, cruising out of New York on a 5-day cruise to Bermuda. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, John here from Byte Size Cruises. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we're a travel agency trying to give you the best information possible about cruising so you can plan to go on an amazing cruise vacation. First up, just want to put a little caveat out there. We are travel agents, advisors, whatever you like to call them, but we do pay for all our own cruises, so we don't really get a discount or anything like that. We just have the ability sometimes to find good deals, keep an eye on pricing. Same thing we would do for you if you were a client of ours. But when I look for cruises, sometimes they're based on price, sometimes it's just based on my availability. So I booked this one a decent amount of time ago. I had Aqua booked for earlier, and then due to my schedule and a bunch of things going on, I had to reshift it around and move it. The nice thing about Norwegian is if you're not at final payment, your deposits are refundable and you can move your cruise. I did miss a couple cruises here along the way because my dog Peanut got hurt. She tore her Achilles. So we're almost 11 weeks out from that. So hopefully all things are good here and I am able to go on this cruise next week. Today is the 14th. I'm about 8 days away from the cruise. I booked this, like I said, probably about 6 months ago, and I'm going to go through my full budget here. Generally speaking, when I cruise in a studio cabin or a solo cabin if I am by myself. On Norwegian, I try to find a studio cabin. If not, I cruise in an interior for the most part. Generally never do ocean view. It just seems like a waste of money. Either splurge on the balcony or don't. Ocean view seems to be just like a waste. Why am I paying more for an inside cabin that has a window? I can just leave my room and get a window. And I'd prefer actually, if I'm not going to have a balcony, I prefer an interior cabin because it's darker. It's cooler to me. You can sleep whenever you want. It's easy to take a nap and it forces me to get out of the room. All that said, let's talk about it. So I booked a studio cabin here on the NCL Aqua and I am paying for that cabin. I paid around $1,650 and I'm going to get into the total cost here. I say around because I paid for gratuities as well. So my gratuities are $100. They are taken care of in there. So you figure the cruise fare is going to be about $1,500 and something with port fees and taxes. Keep in mind, Bermuda does have a higher port fee and we're there for an overnight. So your port fees are a little bit higher. All in all, I think that's a pretty good price for one person for a 5-day cruise. A few years ago, you probably could have paid that for a 7-day cruise. But alas, here we are. So that's where we're at. I also upgraded my internet. So I did purchase more at sea. When you purchase more at sea with Norwegian, you get the unlimited drink package. You get some specialty dining based on your category. So I'm in an interior cabin. I get one specialty dining. So I have that. And then you get 75 minutes of Wi-Fi. Come on, Norwegian. Enough with the minutes of Wi-Fi. It's 2025. What are we doing here? I haven't had minutes on any of my plans for 10 years. What are we doing? Whatever. We'll let that go. It's great. The package is still great. And you get a $50 excursion credit per excursion that you book, which is great. They're probably marked up, but it's fine. That's great. It's a nice little perk. So all in there. And then, like I said, I upgraded my internet to streaming for the whole voyage. I need streaming. I work while I'm on these cruises, so I don't really stream anything other than using my email, uploading some stuff to YouTube if it works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Trying to do a live stream. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And then doing some like FaceTime calls or WhatsApp calls with my parents, with Judy, with anybody that I'm chit-chatting with, AJ and the team here at work. So having all those things lined up. That is it. That addition got me to $1,868.06, all in. Drinks, one specialty dining, so all of my food's covered. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. And then Wi-Fi, That's it. So let's get into what else I am going to budget for here. And I'm going to try to be a little more thorough on these budget videos when I do them now. So we're at 1868.06. And then I'm going to add on, so I get 2 additional specialty dinings. So I am platinum. After this cruise, I'll be sapphire, which is really nice. So I get 2 additional specialty dining, 1 for me and a guest, which I don't have. Another one for me and a guest with a bottle of wine. Super nice. And then I also get a wine tasting, which is great. It gives me something to do. And I also get a behind the scenes tour. So again, I have now more things to do based on my loyalty level that I don't have to spend any more money on. I am going to add 2 additional specialty dinings. I generally do specialty dining every night. So this is kind of in the air if I'm actually going to be able to do this or not, because they are not booking Aqua specialty dining ahead of time. There's a glitch between the ship and the app. So I have to book that once I get on the ship on next Friday. Hopefully I'll get on early. Hopefully I'll be able to get on pretty early. Generally speaking, when you're in platinum, diamond, sapphire, you're on right after special needs people get on, and after the Haven folks get on. So I'll get on, get to a kiosk or get somewhere where I can make special dining reservations. I'm going to add 2 to that, so I'm adding $120 there. Don't know which ones. Some of them are 50, some of them are 60, just going on the high side. So that's going to add $120 to my 1868. So now we're at 1988 with my additions of specialty dining. So 1988 total. Don't have to do that. If I'm not able to do that, I won't. It's not a big deal. I can eat at the local one night. I could eat at the buffet. I could eat at Indulge. There are plenty of different places to go to and try, but I'm going to try to make it so that I try 5 specialty dining. There are more than that, but I like to get them so I can talk about them and give everybody some ideas. Also, I am banking on it costing me about $50 to get there. I'm coming from Philadelphia, so I am going to take New Jersey Transit. So NJ Transit from Hamilton, so I just have to drive to Hamilton, get a ride to Hamilton, and then get on the train, NJ Transit. It's going to cost me about 30 some dollars. I'm just doing 50 to make it a nice round number there, just so I have the budget. Once I get to New York, as long as the weather's nice, I generally walk from Penn Station, Moynihan there. I walk down, it is less than a mile. It's actually a really beautiful walk. You're walking pretty much downhill the whole way. So I enjoy that. I'm going to do that. So that is going to take us up to $2,038. $2,038 now. And then I'm just going to throw in something a little extra that I normally don't do. I'm going to throw in $100 for things I'm going to do maybe in Bermuda. If I grab some food off the ship, which I generally may or may not try something, it's probably not going to be $100. Or if I decide to do an excursion last minute, maybe I decide to do one of the like nighttime little cruise things out. I'm just waiting to see on the weather. Hurricane Erin's coming through, should be past us by then. Not sure what's coming behind it, but I'm going to wait and see on excursion. So I'm adding another $100 in there. So now we're at $2138 all in for this cruise. That is it. That's all I generally need to spend money on. My tips are already prepaid. I will tip cash for like my room steward and stuff as well. And that I kind of keep to myself. I do what I do. I tip certain people if I get drinks, depending on the bartenders, depending on service. I tip always extra at specialty dining. But again, I'm just going to do that with cash, and I don't use that as part of my budget. Your tipping style is up to you personally. I don't like to tip shame people or say, well, I give more money than you do. Nope, it's not about that. Tip what you feel you can tip. You don't need to tip anything extra. Your gratuities are included. You can feel completely comfortable not doing that. So I don't want to throw numbers out there and make you feel like, oh, I have to tip more. Don't feel that way. Your gratuities are paid for and you're taken care of. So that is my budget all in. We're at $2138. I can't think of anything else that I'm going to spend money on. I generally don't do bingo or anything anymore. It's very, very expensive. I'm doing a wine tasting. It's a 5-day cruise, so I don't need to pay for another one. Generally, I would probably do something like that. The only other thing I can think of is maybe the Aqua coaster, but we'll see. My back doesn't feel great, so I'm not going to do that unless I'm feeling really good. Other than that, that is my budget. Let me know if you have any questions about this budget on NCL Aqua. Let me know if you think of anything that you have questions about, like, hey, would this cost extra? Does this cost extra? Let me know. I'm happy to answer all of those questions for you. You can email me at jp@bytesizecruises.com. Thanks so much. I really appreciate you watching this, and come along and join us. Subscribe to the channel. We put out a video just about every day on something related to cruising. Thanks so much. Have a great day and happy cruising. Bye.